So the next piece of the puzzle is the short chain. I had these two pieces sitting here laying at the wood yard. Now we can go ahead and put these grab hooks on here. Welcome to Timberland Farms. My name's Anthony. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of repair on the tractor as well as some modifications. So down here we have this connector piece that connects the loader curl cylinders to the front end of the bucket. I noticed it cracked. We've already replaced it. Well, we've already repaired the other side, and now we have to do it on this side. So we're going to tear that apart and fix that, weld it back together. Hopefully a little bit stronger than what it is currently. So we're going to weld on the curl cylinder connector for this guy, the linkage. We're also going to weld on some grab hooks on our pallet forks that are just in front of the tractor right now. I unhooked them so I can work on this separately. We're probably going to do some welding on George's box plate he has as well from George's from Full Creek Farm, so we'll get working on that tonight as well. But let's get into it. Down here is the piece in question. Yeah, it's just hand tight. We broke it loose earlier. You're in frame timber. Yeah, you're eating away. Anything's a hammer. Unless it's a screwdriver, then it's a chisel. There's our piece in question. It's cracked right there and along the back side, so we're gonna have to straighten this out, put a couple grooves in there and weld it back together. Heat it up. We're just gonna goober the welder right on here. Hopefully it strengthens it up significantly. It's a little on the toasty side. Uh-oh. Down. Down. Pardon the noise of the welder. I want to keep that fan going on there. But now that we finished this project, we can move on to the next. We can go put the accessories on the pallet fork frame. For the pallet fork frame, I got these two grab hooks. These used to have a loop end on one side of it. I cut that off and put a V-groove in there. So I cut and ground a V-groove in there, so when this sits up flush, same thing with this one. Put a V-groove in there, so when you weld this on there, you have a place for the weld to go. And then you also have a place for the weld to protrude out of, because I don't want these coming off. These are only grade 43, they're nothing fancy, but I got 5/16, so I can run both 5/16 and 1/4 inch chain. This tractor can't pick up more than about 1,200 pounds, so this is plenty strong enough. I think grade 43 1/4 inch chain is about 2,600 pounds. Maybe that's grade 70, but it's still a significant amount. So let's move on to that, but before we do that, I want to remind you guys that if you want to directly support the channel, you can go to timberlandfarmsny.com and pick yourself up some merch. We have t-shirts, hats, and hoodies. You can get ready for that cold weather ahead with a nice warm hoodie. You can it also makes a great Christmas gift if you have friends or family or anything that you know that likes the channel, and they want to help support the channel as well. They can do it indirectly through a gift like that. We have a couple new cool designs and stuff, and hopefully we'll have stickers here in the next couple weeks. I'm working on some sticker designs. I'm going to end up putting a couple of stickers right on the back of the dump trailer. I figure that would be a cool spot to have it, put it in the wood yard. But without further ado, let's get to it. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel and you enjoy what we're doing here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification, so then you get set notifications whenever we post a new video. And if you're enjoying this video so far, please hit that thumbs up button or leave a comment below. It helps out the channel tremendously. So I'm going to just stick these probably a couple inches down from the top. They're just going to sit on here like this. So the whole goal with this hook here is to have a short piece of chain like this one and drape it over there, and then you can hook this onto the pallet. Instead of these grab hooks on the end, it'll have a slip hook. This is designed to be on a 1/4 inch chain and accept the whole thing and slip back and forth. Then you can use it as a choker. But that gives a big enough hook to hook onto a loop on the pallet, so then we can dump the pallet like in our previous couple videos. But we can also adjust the length wherever the length needs to be and hook onto the pallet that way. And if we ever have to lift anything, these are big enough for a 5/16 chain. It's not just for a 1/4 inch chain. Now I do want to warn you that if you're using a 1/4 inch chain on a 5/16 chain hook, it may prematurely wear out your small chain here. It won't do anything to the hook, but the chain might suffer from it. But for the pallet rack thing, that's all we need is 1/4 inch chain. I got plenty of it on hand, so that's what we're going to use. So now we can turn our attention to this box blade I'm sitting on. I think it's a 4 or 5 foot wide box blade. So this is actually for George at Full Creek Farms. This is his, but I figured I'd give him a hand as much as he helps me. So he got these new shanks because when he bought this on Marketplace, it did not have any shanks with it. So he got shanks and realized it doesn't have mounting brackets to secure these holes here. So we went up and cut some pieces of angle iron, and he's currently drilling them out right now, and I'm going to buzz them in where they belong. And that's going to hold us so the shanks can go inside of these holders, and they won't fall down, and they'll stay at the correct height. Pardon the wind noise, it's very, very windy today, and I still am waiting for parts for my microphone kit.
Every time you put that camera on me, something bad happens.
We'll flip it over and do the bottom side later. Oh, there it is with all the wind. We got all the shanks in place. They're up in the highest position. I guess we can go try testing this out. And you can see in the background here, I got this giant monstrosity of a log splitter. That's going to be an upcoming video for you guys. It's got a big 6-way wedge on the back of it. It's currently all tore apart because the engine was locked up. Piece of the puzzle is the short chain. I had these two pieces sitting here laying at the wood yard. Now we can go ahead and put these grab hooks on here. And we take our chain, put that guy in there. When you put this pin in there, you always want to make sure your cotter pin goes on the back side of the hook. So it goes on this side. So when you're going to enter another chain in here, it's not interfering with your cotter pin. So there's one ready to go. And then those will just rest right on these grab hooks. And in the meantime, since when I'm not using the chain, and since the grill screen is gone in the tractor, I can just rest it right there in that cast iron bulkhead. And this here is the last piece of the puzzle. I got these D-rings that you can screw into the wood.
Those are perfect size too, they don't even stick out.
So Yeah, these are 1 3/4 lag bolts. They fit perfect on a 2x4 that's rough cut, or 2x6 in this case. But now we just got to repeat this on the other side, and we'll test this out once we get it loaded up. So I ended up putting a second zip tie on here. This is the first one for 16 inch. And this one here is measured out for 12 inch. We're going to carry on with a 12 inch order after we finish this rack up ready to hang up. Well, that didn't go to plan, but we got it. Glad I'm on the tractor, not on the ground trying to cut them. Timber! Had worked better than I originally anticipated, so time to do it again. I got another face cord of 12-inch wood. Well, that's going to conclude today's video. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video. Hopefully in the next video we'll be working on that huge log splitter. They shared with you a little bit, give you a brief picture on it. So we're going to get that resurrected from the dead pretty much. So I pulled that out of the weeds and the engine was locked up, so let's see if we can get that thing running. But catch you next time. If you could help the channel quite a bit, just hit that like button. It does me a huge bunch. And the very far back behind me, you can see the dump trailer. We were able to load that up with one full cord of that 12-inch. I called the customer and he didn't want just 2 face cord. He opted for a full cord. So instead of putting just 2 face cord racks in there, I know how much one full cord is, so we just threw in one full cord. And if we use those racks, it's not going to be 100% one face cord. I told him right off the bat that's going to be that way because those racks are measured for 16-inch wood, not 12-inch wood, so he's going to be losing out on it a little bit. And he was okay with it, so. But now he's going to get the full amount because but now he's going to be okay with it because now that's measured for one full cord loose thrown in there, which is about 180 cubic feet. If one full cord stacked nice and tight is 128 cubic feet. It's 4 foot by 4 foot by 8 foot. And those racks are 1/3 of a full cord. So we're going to call it quits and get on to the next project, hopefully before too long. And we got to try that puppy out, see how that does. I also want to do some modifications to that once we get the engine running and get the splitter operating. You'll have to stay tuned for the modifications on that. And they might be a separate video or it might be in the same one. Not quite sure how that's going to go yet. Got to see how difficult it is to get that thing running. But hope you join me on that next video.